And hello, everybody. Golly, it's great to see you all in chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. Almost a Halloween, y'all. I hope you're enjoying some really great cooler temperatures, but like we are here. We are. Golly, it's just nice in Texas right now. Just cooler temperatures, crisp fall air. Of course, that doesn't last very long, so we have to enjoy it quickly. But great to see everybody in chat. Let me back up. Mandy Adams, so great to see you. Deborah Vantacrew, thanks for popping in and saying hello. We appreciate it. Jason Thibodeau, one of our great channel members. Good to see you. As always, put something in the mail to you today, Jason. Just a little thank you. Tina, hey, another one of our great channel members and Ghost Host. Dean says gobble gobble. Dean the turkey legster, guys, just went live, and he was playing a really fun little Disney game, and that's going to be the teaser. You got to go over there and see what he was doing. It was tons of fun. I really enjoyed it. Dean was live tonight, so go check out his. Definitely go check out his. Well, Mandy, check out Dane's stream. Let me finish my sentence before I go on to something else. Mandy, I'm so glad. I hate that you didn't get to go out, but I'm glad you're with us. It's great to see you. BDF, Keith, wonderful to see you. As always, Jennifer Caruso, hello to you. It is so great to see everybody in chat. We really appreciate it. Some guy named Dean says gobble gobble or something like that, right? Hey, Dean, it's good to see you. Let's see, did I miss anybody in chat, y'all? Monorail Molly. Let's see. Francisco. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. It's so great to have everybody here. We appreciate it. Julie McCowan, good to see you as well. Okay, so Keith has still got that countdown going, 853 days until 2027, Orlando, and 231 days until his 63rd birthday. So, Keith, I love your countdowns. We're always, it gives us something to look forward to. I love having a Disney countdown, and I've got one right now, so I'm happy. Right, Pete. Welcome in. It's always so good to see you, Pete, the godfather of our YouTube community. Yeah, okay. It's good to see you, Pete. Thanks for popping in. We appreciate it. Katie Mack, good to see you. Hey. Let's see who else is in here. It's great to see you guys. Thanks so much for dropping in. I think William is gonna be in a little bit later on. But the first thing that I wanted to do, Katie, it's good to see you. First thing I wanted to do is thank everybody. We celebrated our 5th year on YouTube this past Hitchhiker Chat this past week. Had some fantastic guests come in chat and also on the air with us. It was tons of fun. If you want to go watch it, it was great conversation, just a lot of laughter and reminiscing and just talking. And we absolutely love that, to do that with friends. So we appreciate all of you so much. We got tons of well wishes and congratulations on our 5th year on YouTube. It really doesn't seem like it's been that long, but it has, and we have enjoyed it. We have so enjoyed it, and it's just because of all of you. So thanks so much. If you're interested in watching that live stream, we had a little celebratory cake and some good stuff. So by all means, go to last week's live stream and watch that and meet some of our good friends that you may not know. But we appreciate it. We really do. Everybody who helped us celebrate our 5-year YouTube anniversary. Wow, that's just a neat milestone for us. So, thank you, Tina. Oh yes, hello, Aunt Susan, Aunt Joy. Hey guys, good to see you. I'm gonna go ahead and do this day in Disney history, y'all, because we have some things to get to tonight. We're going to talk about two kind of big announcements. One that Disney made. This came out last week. Disney and Universal have both have a ton of plans coming up. Disney, of course, announced a lot at D23, and Epic Universe, Universal Studios Florida, has been in the works and under construction for a little while, and they announced an opening date. So we are really excited. We're going to cover all that with some of the details for a new Lightning Lane offering that Disney has that is causing quite a stir, and it hasn't even been launched yet. So tons and tons and tons of comments on social media with, all of the news outlets. We're going to cover it tonight. So hang around and, by all means, let's talk about it, some details, what details we have so far. And then we'll talk a little bit about Epic Universe as well. And that's really, really exciting. 1938, this day in Disney history. Happy 86th birthday to Christopher Lloyd, a.k.a. Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Actor Christopher Lloyd was born Christopher Allen Lloyd in Stamford, Connecticut. He made his screen debut, and I had forgotten this, guys, in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 1975. I had forgotten that. He gained widespread recognition as Jim Ignatowski in the comedy series Taxi, ran from 78 to 83. And his Disney credits include Who Framed Roger Rabbit from 1988 as Judge Doom. He was fantastic. He's good in everything he does. But DuckTales movie Treasure of the Lost Lamp 1990 as the voice of Murloc the Magician. Angels in the Outfield, guys, from 1994 as Al, the boss angel, and so many others. If you have not watched Angels in the Outfield, we have that one. I think we had that one on VHS and on DVD. If you've never watched Angels in the Outfield with Christopher Lloyd, go watch it. It is fantastic. It's from 1994. I don't think it's on Disney Plus. Somebody might want to check that for us. But in 1942, actress, singer, and original Mouseketeer Annette Funicello is born in Utica, New York. She and her family moved to Southern California in 1946. Walt Disney first saw 12-year-old Funicello dancing the lead for Swan Lake at the Starlight Bowl in Burbank, and later invited her to audition for his new children's show, Mickey Mouse Club. She was a featured Mouseketeer on the hit series, took part in Disneyland's grand opening in 1955, and she later starred in several Disney movies, The Shaggy Dog, Babes in Toyland, The Misadventures of Merlin Jones. Her Disney television credits include Zorro, El Fego Vaca, and The Horsemasters. And then, of course, as an adult, and she was one of the many celebrities who guest starred as the Blue Fairy in Disneyland's Main Street Electrical Parade. She was named a Disney Legend in 1992. And I have not read her autobiography. It's called A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, My Story. And so it was published in 94. So if you're interested in that, it's called A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. I would love to read that. I've got several books stacked up that I need to read, but that's that one. I need to add that one to the, oh, hey, Joseph, welcome in. I definitely need to add that one to the stack. So Brian, I see your comment. We're going to get into it. Let me finish. This day in Disney history. 1952. A lot of good birthdays today, y'all. Actor Jeff Goldblum was born in West Homestead, Pennsylvania, starring in some of the highest grossing films of his era: Jurassic Park from 93, Independence Day from 96. His documentary web television series, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, debuted on Disney Plus in 2019. And he appeared in both Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and Thor Ragnarok as the Grand Master. So, so Jeff Goldblum, I really enjoy his work. So, 1982, at Walt Disney World, the formal grand opening of EPCOT Center begins to be held over the next 3 days. The official Future World dedication takes place on this evening with special invited guests surrounding Spaceship Earth. Cast members dressed in tuxedos offer champagne as 7 big bands provide entertainment for the elegant occasion. High above the park, the Goodyear blimp flashes the display saluting Walt Disney World Epcot Center. So big grand opening for Epcot back in 1982. Wow, pretty cool. And in 1991, on this day, actor Sterling Holloway, the original voice of Winnie the Pooh and Donald Duck, illustrator writer Carl Barks are among the 9 honored as Disney legends. And well deserved, of course, for Sterling Holloway. Sorry, guys, my nose has already started to itch. The ceremony is held at the Disney Legends Promenade, and it's the sidewalk area in front of the Disney Studios theater. So, yeah, that's just some fun stuff. Great birthdays yesterday, by the way, guys. October 21st. Oh, Miss Najuma, welcome in. Welcome. Let's see. I've had some people come in. Hey, Pam. Good to see you. If I've missed you in the chat, put another note, another comment in, so I can say hi. Let me back up. Yesterday, Carrie Fisher's 68th posthumous birthday. Of course, Carrie Fisher, RIP, 1956. She passed away in 2016. So it would have been Carrie Fisher's 68th birthday. She was way too young when she passed, and we miss our princess. It was also Disney Imagineer, early Disney illustrator and Imagineer Mary Blair. It would have been her 113th birthday. She was born in 1911 and she passed in 1978. And Mary Blair is responsible for such great contributions to Disneyland and then Walt Disney World. She had a lot. She contributed a lot to, of course, 3 Caballeros in the Mexico Pavilion, and then also, of course, the Grand Canyon Concourse at the Contemporary Resort, that 90-foot mural that is so amazing there in the middle of the Contemporary that you can see as you go by or stop in at the Contemporary. And if you haven't looked at that one, take time to look at the detail, because that is her work. It is utterly and completely amazing. So also I wanted to mention, guys, it's just a shout out, Disney cast members are amazing. And we found this out from, I follow a Facebook page called Walt Disney World Tips and Tricks. And one of the followers reported on the 21st of September, she was in the park with her son. Of course, the 21st of September was, is mentioned in the song September, and they played that all day long on Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was really popular. They didn't play any of the other songs. They just played September. Well, so on the 21st, she and her son were riding Guardians, and her son, while riding, passed out. And it was covered on WDWNT. Appreciate Tom over there for covering that. There is a newscast that he does on YouTube where he talks about this. And her son was okay. Cast members and first responders acted really quickly. A cast member actually gave him CPR while they were waiting on first responders, who probably saved his life. So he is fine. But again, this lady posted on Facebook page, Walt Disney World Tips and Tricks. And then it was covered again on WDWNT. And I just wanted to mention that because y'all cast members rock. And the first responders, of course, then, they got him to the hospital and what have you. But that was pretty amazing. That was, I don't know if y'all, I was unsure, if y'all had heard about that or what, but Tina brought it to my attention, and I had not, uh, I had not seen it. Just that piece that WDWNT did. So we're glad that her son is okay, and appreciate Walt Disney World cast members so much, for taking care of guests like they do. They really work hard, guys, to not only to sprinkle extra pixie dust and to be sure that we have a good time in the parks, but they're there for our safety as well. And there are the machines all over the heart machines all over the park. They try very hard to ensure our safety as best they can. So we appreciate that. Also, just quickly, we got a date for Festivally Arts. Festivally Arts in 2025 will begin on January the 17th and run through February the 24th. So they just announced that. And with that, guys, let's see if I can go. Let's see, let me check a couple of these comments. Again, it's good to see everybody in here. Appreciate you so much. Okay, guys, and I should have queued this up already. But let me do it. Get the slideshow up, and we're going to talk a little bit about the announcements that have been made. Huge announcements. And let me. Okay, so let me go over here. From Disney about a new Lightning Lane offering that they're making, and Epic Universe. We've been waiting on that to open up for a little while, and we were really excited about that. They did announce an opening date, so we do have that coming up. Let's see. Let me back over here. Oh, hey. William is in the green room. Are you ready to come on, William? All righty. Hey,
how's it going?
Oh, that's great. It's good to see you. Good to see you coming in on two wheels, son.
Yeah. Just had to make sure to get the boys to bed and all that. So I had my little ring light sitting up higher, and then it just decided to come down right as I was about to come on. So, oh well, I guess I kind of looked down at it.
Right. Improvise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely improvise.
Hey, Dean.
Oh my goodness, Brian, it's good to see you tonight. I'm glad you got your technical difficulties worked out so that you could be here. Really appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay, let me go to.
Hey, Katie. Hey, Dean. Hey, Katie. Brian.
Let me see. Okay, I am attempting to bring up the slideshow. Okay.
Did you already do this day in Disney history and all that?
I did.
Good deal.
I did.
Here we go.
Okay, let's see here. Okay. Y'all, we got some pretty major announcements this past week, and we're just now getting to cover them because we did celebrate our 5-year YouTube anniversary last week. But we just this is huge, y'all. How many of you in chat use Genie or Genie Plus?
Yeah.
In the parks now, Genie. Oh, hey, April, welcome in. Thanks for popping in.
Now you've got single lane and multi-lane. So I mean, even Genie Plus, that terminology is already gone.
It is. It really is. Genie Plus. Yeah, Genie Plus. Genie Plus actually went away. That terminology. Genie is still on your My Disney Experience app, and it makes ride recommendations. And I'm not sure how. I really don't know how many people actually use Genie. There may be some people who do use it. I buy Lightning Lane as little as possible. It goes against the grain for me to pay more in the parks than what I've already paid for my ticket. But when we had our entire family there, William, and it was the girls, my grand's first trip, a couple of my grand's first trip, we sprung for it. Yeah. So, and I know you and Jillian have used it, when you had, when you had your whole family there. So there's a new flavor out. Oh my goodness. And it is causing quite a stir.
Yeah.
It truly is. It is Lightning Lane Premier Pass. Now, have you guys heard about this yet? Or I use it, right, April? Use it, but the cost is painful. Yeah. You buy, Well, Jennifer says she uses multi-pass every so ofin. You have Nick. Well, when you're live streaming, Jennifer, it's it's nice to to have to be sure that you can get on rides a little bit faster. It was, and William, I thought it was really wonderful when we were there. Jillian was right on top of that all day long and kept us, going. I appreciated her so much that day. We had all the kids with us. We had all the grands, and so it was really nice to have that. So we bit the bullet on it. So William, what are you hearing about Premier Pass? This is we've got the details, y'all, and I've got some slides. But what are you hearing about Premier Pass? What have you seen on social media?
I mean, most people are upset about it. I did see some entertaining tweets, about it, but I mean, a good number of people are upset about it.
I have seen a lot of negativity on social media, mainly because it's really expensive. Let's get into the details. This is, obviously this is kind of a, it's kind of an elite offering, if you will, for Disney. But so we'll talk about this a little bit. It's only available to Deluxe Resort guests. Okay, this one. Okay, let me read a couple of little blurbs from Disney about Lightning Lane Premier Pass. It's brand new, guys. It has not even. It was announced on the 17th, and it has not been started yet. It's not. It's still in the holding stages. The first date it will be available is October 23rd. So Disney said in the coming weeks, Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort will begin piloting a new service providing expedited entry to theme park attractions, Lightning Lane Premier Pass. Lightning Lane Premier Pass will be offered in very limited quantities and will give guests one-time entry to each available Lightning Lane entrance in the theme park that they are visiting for that day. This includes attractions included in both Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Single Pass. So it includes every ride in the park. But with Lightning Lane Premier Pass, guests do not need to select an experience time. Lightning Lane Premier Pass will be a premium offering, and prices, get this, prices will vary based on the date and the theme park guests are visiting. So more of that surge pricing.
Yeah.
If you want to buy this, in other words, if you want to buy this Lightning Lane Premier Pass in Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day, there's no telling what it'll cost you. That's basically what that means. At Disneyland Resort, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass will be available first come, first served, beginning 2 days in advance of a theme park reservation, and will be valid for use in both theme parks. So a little bit different situation, of course, at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. And the first date it will be available is the 23rd at Disneyland. At Walt Disney World, when Lightning Lane Premier Pass launches, it'll be available to guests staying at Disney Deluxe or Deluxe Villa Resorts. You can see the listing of the Deluxe resorts there on the screen. And it may be purchased up to 7 days in advance of a guest's stay. It will be valid for use in one park of the guest's choice per day. The first date it will be available in Walt Disney World is October 30th. So, and again, what you see on the screen there, Disney Deluxe Resort Hotels. You have to be staying at one of the Deluxe Resort Hotels in order to even utilize this. So, if you're staying at a moderately priced or a value resort, you can't even purchase this. So that's the first thing that people really don't like. As you can see the list here. Let's see. So Brian says, but what if I want to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train 50 bajillion times using Lightning Lane? You can't do that, Brian.
Yeah,
you can't.
And what's funny is this pass doesn't even let you do that. So you can shell out all that money, and this won't even let you do that.
Yes, exactly. And Brian, hey, that's there you go. That's a good point. We're gonna compare this program with Universal's system too. It's different. Just to clarify, it's only for Deluxe during the rollout. Possibly, Mike. I haven't read anything that says that they will make it available to everybody. It's possible that this is just a trial run to see how well it goes. But they have some things that are exclusively for Deluxe Resort guests. They have extra magic. Used to be extra magic hours. Now it's extra magic minutes. I guess it's 30 minutes before or after the park opens. But this is one thing that's really taken some pretty heavy criticism on. Now these, Tina, to answer your question, your comment, Disney Deluxe Villa Resorts are also included, and here's the list of those. So it's quite a few. Anything that is not considered value or moderate is on this list. So there's the list of Disney Deluxe Villa Resorts. Bay Lake Tower, Boulder Ridge Villas, the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, Copper Creek, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas, both Jumbo House and Kidani Village, Disney's Beach Club Villas, Disney's Boardwalk Villas, Oak Key West Resort, Disney's Polynesian Village and Bungalows, Disney Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa, Disney's Riviera Resort, and the villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. So those are the deluxe villa resorts that are eligible, if you will. So So we shall see. Now we also have, guys, we also have, let's see, I'm going to cover this. We also have the Swan and Dolphin. I'm not sure how to back up on this, William.
Just tap left.
Tap left. Tap the left.
Left arrow on the keyboard. Should be able to.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Okay, did I leave out? I may have left out a slide, guys. Because also included, I think I did leave out a slide. Also included in this is, let me look. I may have put it in the notes. Are Shades of Green, Walt Disney World Dolphin Hotel, Walt Disney World Swan, and Swan Reserve. So those are two exceptions to to the deluxe tier requirement for buying this. Shades of Green, which is the military place for our great military, Dolphin, Swan, and Swan Reserve. So those are exceptions. Let's see, and there I did have a slide on that. I think I may have left that slide out, but anyway, those are included. So, okay, now. How's this work, William? Have you read anything about it? Do I need to keep talking, or do you want?
Yes, you 100% need to keep talking.
100% need to keep talking. Okay. Okay. So, how this works is you get one-time entry to each available Lightning Lane experience in a park for the whole day. Okay. That means that you can ride every ride in the park one time. Not multiple times or as many times as you want, Brian, but one time. You can ride the attractions that you want when you want, and you don't need to choose specific arrival times like you do with MultiPass. They've changed the name of this so many times that I'm getting confused, which I think is the point. But so you don't need to choose a specific, you're not tied to arrival times. And then of course, enjoy photo perks, including digital downloads, and Disney photo pass lenses, that kind of thing, and that perk of having, the photo perks. Now this doesn't say hey, William, this doesn't say photo pass.
Yeah.
It says, enjoy photo perks, including digital downloads of select attraction photos and videos, plus unlock Disney Photo Pass lenses. That does not say Photo Pass.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, come on, folks. Come on, Disney. Come
on. Let me say this. If I'm paying the money to get into the park, just regular admission. And granted, let's just say this is not for me. This will never be for me. If I hit the lottery tomorrow, I'd have to play the lottery to win the lottery in the first place. But if I were to hit the lottery tomorrow, this would still not be for me. At $129 to $449 per pass, plus tax.
Dang.
So $129 to $449 a head on top of admission. They better be offering the service of me hopping up on the elephant version of Abu and parading me from attraction to attraction. I want the whole 9 yards. I want the give me the full Prince Ali of Abawa of
right.
I want the whole thing. If they expect me to pay $129 to $449 a person a day, and the funniest part to me is, it's like, oh, what if I have at least at rollout here, what if I have a park hopper? Well, sorry, friend, you're out of luck.
Dane says, "Ah, blah, blah."
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah.
I got that reference.
Yeah. So if I'm paying that much money, they need to parade me from ride to ride, in such manner.
Gotcha.
This will never be for me, ever. This is one of those situations where, if you got the money to blow, that's your prerogative. Go for it. Yeah, Prince of Boo Boo. There you go. But anyway, it is what it is. My take on it is, Jillian said, "Oh, this doesn't impact, this doesn't impact me, so why get worked up about it, And for me, it's the principle of the matter, this is just another step towards, separating guests into different classes, which we've continued to see the progression of that ever since they reopened the parks after COVID.
And that did not happen prior to COVID.
I mean, outside of VIP, I mean, what other, to my knowledge, what other things separated one guest from the next? I mean, really,
resorts where they were staying at All-Star Movies, or
I mean, extra magic hours. I mean, but still, like, even then, it wasn't you get extra magic hours, but only if you stay deluxe. It wasn't like that. And then if anything, it was a more of a situation where it was a knowledge is power thing, when Fast Pass Plus came around, and you could go on your phone and book fast passes on your phone. A lot of folks didn't know that. We passed so many people, standing there at the kiosk booking their fast passes for the day, and we were running circles around them. So it was more so a knowledge is power type thing than open your checkbook type thing. So anyway, I will say this at 100 at a $149 to $449 a day, or what I say, $129 to $449. I would much rather spring for a plat at that point.
No kidding.
I would much rather spring. Which granted, I don't know if I'll ever do that in my lifetime either. But for sure, I can guarantee you, I'm not doing this. Have a good night, Dave.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I would, I have always said, William, that at some point, to use the vernacular here, we got to get us one of them plaids. I've always said I would love to do that, and we will do that at some point. I think we probably will at some point. But I'm like you, and we talked about this a little bit, with our ghost host in chat. I would rather do that than buy this. I'd rather have a plaid and get a VIP tour than to do this. And with that, you can pay a set price, and you can have like 10 people. Depending on the special tour that you choose, and then you could split. You could even split it, and it's not nearly as expensive. And then you have your own tour guide. But well, I agree, April. I don't think I would ever do this. Now, will there be people who will? Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course there will.
Yeah.
And it's it's another option, for people who are staying in Deluxe. And I understand what Jillian is saying, as far as, well, this doesn't affect me, so there's no sense getting worked up about it. The problem that I see is this trend.
Yeah.
This is
which is what I'd said. I said it. What more so bothers me is, there was a baseline. Yeah, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, Mike says, when you pay for Plaid, it's price per hour for 7 hours. You're looking at $3,500 for 7 hours. Yeah, for your group. But again, let's see. Depending on the number of people in your group, who knows? I don't know how that all splits out. But Jennifer says you can ride one ride 3 times if you want on the VIP. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, okay.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
But anyway, for me, that's what bothers me the most about this, is that it's another step of, so much of it's just confusing these days.
Right.
There's so many aspects. I mean, really, you need a travel agent, and this is,
you really do.
And especially folks, that are not like us, that keep tabs on
exactly.
that have a YouTube channel and talk about, the updates. I mean, even sometimes we get shaky on the details of things, and that's with us tracking it and following several sources of Disney news, Yeah. And so, we even get confused about these sometimes.
I do.
So here's the slide Bomb's got here. How much does it cost? Thanks to USA Today, the pricing has been revealed per person per day as follows. Disney's Animal Kingdom, $129 to $199 plus tax. I mean,
okay. Guys, this is per person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Epcot.
This is per person.
Epcot. The 169 to 249 plus tax per person per day. Disney's Hollywood Studios, $269 to $349 per person per day plus tax. Magic Kingdom, $329 to $449 plus tax per person per day. And the other thing too is, I saw a tweet. I can't remember. I think her name on Twitter. I think she's like, I think she might be Jenny Nicholson or something on Twitter, maybe, or X, whatever it's called these days. But anyway, I can't remember if it was her or Braden, had tweeted something along the lines of Disney's at this point essentially monetizing queuing. Where. And the part that's always bothered me about all of this is there's not really an incentive to operate efficiently, because if the wait times are low, I mean, granted, you won't know that till you're, actually in the park and, people, start filling the park for the day. You can't really know, till, later on in the day. But if wait times are low, and somebody's undecided on buying Genie Plus that day, why in the world would they? And so for me, ever since all of this came up in the first place with Genie Plus, that was always my, one of my other problems is what's the point of, running a line well, whenever, if you keep wait times low, that, that keeps people from, needing and wanting to buy Genie Plus, and so anyway, that's, that's always been one of my problems with it. And the other thing too, people are already entitled, and they expect, a certain level of service. And I cannot fathom the amount of entitlement a person would have after paying admission and then paying another $329 to $449 plus tax per person, for this Premier Pass. So I mean, just imagine somebody standing in line, having paid that much money, standing in line for Tron, and it goes down. And they come out of that line, and guess where they're headed? Guess where they're going to be making a beeline for? Guest services.
They
or
the first poor cast member, that they see, which is even worse. Yeah.
And so I can only imagine how much people are going to get put through the ringer. Because guess what? And that's the other thing, everybody wants to get the most they can out of their Disney trip anyway. But even, with things, with the, the economy and, and the increased cost of a Disney vacation, there's that much added stress. People, do not want to be, which I think, contributes to, I mean, granted, and that's the other thing too, is that things are followed so much more closely these days, these news headlines and things like that. But tensions are just higher. You see, at least a few articles a year of people, families getting in fights, in the parks.
It's true.
And it's just, I think a lot of it has to do with that added amount of stress of, hey, what are you doing? You can't cut me in line. Who do you think you are? And then all of a sudden, people are hot, they're sweaty, they're tired, they're stressed,
and they paid $1 bajillion to get in there.
And then guess what? It's go time. And so anyway, I can only imagine what poor cast members are going to be on the receiving end of treatment from people who buy this. And if there's any inconvenience in their day, the cast members are going to hear about it big time.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be cast members. I'll have to say, I would not, y'all, even if I had money to burn, I likely wouldn't do it. I likely wouldn't do this because I just feel like, I at this point, I think it's insulting. I do. Now, there will be people who will, who will utilize this. Wait, put a quick, let's see, quick calculator to, okay, so family of 4, let's say, tickets. I really should have worked up, maybe gotten with Jillian and worked up to see, okay, if I'm say Grand Floridian, let's say staying at Grand Floridian for 5 nights, I would, maybe we'll do that for next week. We'll work up
some scenarios,
a couple of scenarios and see how much those packages are and how much it is to add. Would be to add this for for a family of 4, just to see. It's this is big money, y'all. This is big money. And so, the main problem, again, main complaint that I have seen with it, is people just absolutely are, feel like Disney's just a money grab. It's just totally a money grab, and it's putting, people with more money, it's singling them out. It's basically a caste system, where you have people, people who are up here because they have more money and they're spending more money. And then you have the little people down here. And that's just not, that's not something that Disney has historically done, or before 2019. Now, when we were in,
what was James Ryan's, infamous quote from our Genie Plus stream with him and Kelly? Was it, I used to be the Prince of the Parks, and now I'm the pauper of the parking lot. Yeah,
it is. God rest his soul. Yeah, James's head would explode. I think. He said I used to be the Prince of the Park, and now I'm the pauper of the parking lot. He was so eloquent with his descriptions, and then he was a wordsmith. He really was. I miss James, but that's exactly it. And that was he said that on the show that we did when they introduced Genie Plus.
Yeah.
So what would he think about that?
Oh, me. what's wild to me is that, looking at it here, is convenience worth that much? Yeah,
Golly, yeah.
I mean,
It will
granted,
be to some people.
yeah, I mean, granted, we've been more, we've been more recently than a lot of folks. We go more
We
frequently
have.
than most people. And that's with us, being really far away in Texas.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I mean, lots of folks, they'll go once in their life, or once every 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
but I just like, man, I already feel like I'm paying a good amount for the Lightning Lane. Well, Genie Plus, I haven't done multi-pass or the single pass bit,
Right.
but I've done the Genie Plus equivalent. And I just, man, like, sure, you get entrance into every ride in the park.
Yeah.
But that's just one park. And if you have a park hopper, you're out of luck. So
Yeah. That's just one time. You can only ride every ride one time. You can't ride multiple times. I mean, it's
man, I don't know, outside of just being filthy rich, I can't think of a scenario where this would ever make sense.
right.
Unless you're just loaded, I can't think of any scenario where this makes sense for,
Right.
Someone who's, middle or especially,
Yes.
lower class. And so, it just, it provides, I'm looking here at the website. It says, how does Lightning Lane Premier Pass differ from Lightning Lane Multi-Pass and Lightning Lane Single Pass? It said all three passes allow you to skip the standby line and use the Lightning Lane entrance to join the shorter line for select theme park attractions and experiences. But the two things that it says differ, well, three, provides more flexibility. So you don't have to pick those arrival windows like you said earlier. So you can enter the Lightning Lane entrance for the experience you want when you feel like it. And again, so here's my other problem with this, which is, it's actually kind of funny, because I've got I think it's I can't remember which Disney book it was, but Disney at one point, their retention rate or return rate was about 70%. And the parks are designed for
Guest
you
loyalty.
So people going on a Disney trip and coming back. So it's about 70% at one time, whenever this book was written. And I can't remember which book it is. I'll have to dig it out. But anyway, it talks about how the parks are designed that way. Like, you're not supposed to be able to get to everything, because guess what?
Right. They want you to come back.
You got to say, oh man, I didn't get to ride Space Mountain on this trip.
Exactly.
I've got to come back and ride Space Mountain.
Go back. Right.
And so, I mean, if you spend all this money and you can hit, you're able to hit all these rides. There you go. Amy says you can sleep in and ride in the afternoon or evening. Well, shoot. I mean, with multi-pass, or I would imagine you just edit and change your times to later in the day. But yeah, I mean, in my mind, it doesn't make any sense. Granted, I'm not in a situation where I have the money to burn, but I can't imagine, quote unquote, more flexibility, and being worth it at all. I mean, looking at it, that's the thing. It's like,
Tina makes a good point here. This actually encouraged people to do a one and done.
Yeah, and that's the other part.
That's true, Tina. I hadn't thought of that.
And so, it's supposed to like create that feeling in you of, oh man, there's more I need to see. There's more I need to do. I've got to go back.
Yeah.
And if you
exactly,
if you're able to spend all this money and do everything you want to do, you may not want to. There's still no reason to come back. So anyway, I mean, who knows? Yeah. Amy said that, I've heard, there's like groups from Brazil, and, I've heard cast members sometimes, have issues with certain groups. I think that, like the cheerleaders and the groups from Brazil, there are certain groups that come at certain points of the year that sometimes can be challenging for cast members. And I've heard sometimes they don't get treated well by groups that come to the parks. And so 100%, which, and if they already feel entitled, once again, if they spend this much more money per head, per person, per day, they're only going to feel that much more entitled to, what do you mean Rise of the Resistance is down? Fix the ride.
Or that person, it puts it, and the whole entitlement thing it has been a problem since COVID. I think that magnified that problem.
Oh, it did.
If you have dropped this kind of cash, it's like you said earlier, how entitled are you going to feel when somebody cuts in front of you in line? Are you just going to punch them? Or right? Yeah. It's really, God, it's the atmosphere that this creates.
Yeah.
I guess that I have a problem in.
And it's like, oh, you mean, hold on a second. You mean to tell me you paid $25 a head for your family to do multipass or whatever, insert number here. Right. Well, I paid $329. What do you mean you're in the line in front of me? And so that's the other thing whenever this was brought up is like, so like, if you're going to be spending that kind of money, like, is there a shorter line? Like,
right. Exactly. Is there a Premier Pass line?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be faster than, how is this going to work? I mean, it's,
and the other thing too is like, sometimes even if you have a lightning lane, it can take a while to get through a line queue. I've waited a fairly decent amount of time to ride Tron, specifically Tron. And some other rides too. It's like, just because you have a lightning lane doesn't mean that you're right on the ride immediately, always.
So what is this? So what does this get you? I mean, are you, are they going to have an extra Premier Pass lane?
It doesn't
go into.
It sure doesn't sound like it. I mean, literally, it sounds like. I mean, like I said, the 2 points that they have drawn out here are provides more flexibility and includes each available lightning lane experience in one park, which I think is a crock. It says Lightning Lane Premier Pass and Lightning Lane Multipass both include photo perks, so you get digital downloads of select attractions and photos from your day, captured with the photo pass service, and then other photo pass lenses, so on and so forth. So. Anyway, but I can't imagine, the type of response that some, these cast members, the type of attitudes that they're going to be encountering, from people that are dropping this kind of money to have everything go right their entire day.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they're going to expect. If you're spending, golly, I can't even imagine. Again, I'm going to make a note here, guys, to work up a scenario on that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of, see what that would look like. I wish I had thought to do that, but there are people who would do this, but this is for people at Golden Oak, right? I mean, we're talking Golden Oak, which is the hugely exclusive, area where people, can actually live at Disney.
Yeah.
But I would never, I can unequivocally say I will never do this. So, but they're offering it. This is, they're offering this, they're bringing this up. And, so I think the timing, is is interesting. Brian says, what if they're going to hand out the free LLPs to high-end content creators just to get the advertising like they did with Galactic Star? That's an interesting thought, Brian.
Yeah. Mike said, okay, just looked it up. It's $450 to $900 per hour for 7 hours minimum, 10 hours max. Plus, have a theme park ticket. If you want to park hop, you have to have the park hopper option for the VIP tour. But yeah, good heavens, it's again, I let's see. I just joined, but heard someone say they could use this to get rid of Genie Plus and Lightning. I don't know about that. Let's see. Now, I mean, this is the premier version of Lightning Lane multi / single lane pass.
Yeah, no kidding.
So, yeah,
that's what we know so far, guys. Yeah. That's all that they've announced so far. But the comments that I saw in social media on this were overwhelmingly critical. And so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. This is not something that I would ever do. I mean, I have, last time we were in the parks, William, we had our entire family in the parks, except for my youngest son, Adam, wasn't with us, but all of y'all were there, sons, daughters-in-law, and all of our
grandkids.
And we did use Genie Plus, and it was, for us in the parks that day, it was worth it. But that's not even close to this kind of money that we're talking about here. Not even close. So this is just a lot more expensive. But that is an auction. They put this out, and Disney. The thing about it is Disney doesn't seem to mind ticking people off anymore.
Yeah.
They don't blink. It's an interesting new dynamic. But that's what you're looking at, guys. Let's see if I have any more details here.
Yeah, I mean, based off Mikey's number there, and I brought it up on the website too. Mikey said ranging from $450 per hour, with a minimum of 7 hours, maximum of 10. For a private VIP tour. And you can have, I don't know how it changes if you add people, but it says your party may include up to 10 guests.
Right.
So, I mean, if you do $450 an hour, if you're able to get the low end of that, it's $450 to $900 an hour. Say you do go, 10 people, 450, you get the low end, $450 a person, and do 10 hours, that's comes out to $450 a head, which guess what? The high end of this Magic Kingdom here is $449 plus tax. So, I mean, I would much rather have the plaid, in my opinion.
Yeah. For the plaid, guys, for those of you who don't know, is a Disney VIP tour guide.
Yeah.
Basically. That's what they call them. Plaids because they wear plaid in the parks.
Yeah. There was a day that I was in the parks, and somebody was walking around the parks with an Imagineer, and I was like, I don't know how you get that hookup.
Right.
But that's what I would like to have. Is just to get to walk around the parks with an Imagineer, and get into the those fun details, like. The person that he was with, I was standing over next to the pet cemetery there at the exit of the Haunted Mansion. I was standing next to the pet cemetery, and he was the one that pointed out to me that look around the here at the Magic Kingdom at the Haunted Mansion. He said look at the mansion architecturally. He said, what do you notice? I was like, oh, hey, I was like, oh, okay. Like, he's like, there are chess pieces, and the thing was, he had told me, it's like, there's, you see all the other chess pieces, you can make them out, and we walk through it. There's the pawn, there's the rook, king, queen. And he said, what's missing? The knight. And guess what? It's because it's always night here at the Haunted Mansion. And so it's like, that's the stuff that I want to hear. That's the stuff that I'm interested in, and I caught him offhand, the person he was with, I just happened to catch him as he was kind of passing by, and that he was, I was somewhat eavesdropping, he was talking about the pet cemetery, and explaining, like Mr. Toad, that ride used to be here. It's now, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. If you ride that ride, then you see the handover, picture of the handover of the deed, from Mr. Toad to Al, on that part of the ride. But I don't know how, to
I get that hookup.
I would go, how I would go about befriending, an Imagineer. That's the stuff that I'm interested in, is the fun details like that.
And Mark Davis was the Imagineer who was really into chess, and so that's why there are references to chess throughout all of the Imagineers. It's incredible how there's so many different Imagineers who had a hand in the Haunted Mansion, and they each left fingerprints on it. Just really fascinating stuff. So if you're interested, guys, in paying $450 per person for to do this, passes, premier passes, you can purchase those up to 7 days before the first day of your hotel stay for your entire visit, up to 14 days. And you can do that. The biggest difference between Lightning Lane Premier Pass and its predecessors, this is what Disney says, is that the new pass gives guests a one-time entry to every available Lightning Lane experience in the park of their choosing. And the multi-pass allows guests to reserve up to 3 attractions at a time, while single pass is an a la carte experience. So, we get that.
Amy makes it. I was going to say, Amy makes a great point. She says, in my opinion, it wouldn't be worth it, because if you don't ride certain rides like Tron or Guardians, or you pay for kids and they can't ride the big rides, and that's a great point, is that, you could be, you're still paying as if they could ride everything, but you're not able to.
Right. Yeah. This is, and I know, here's the thing with this, y'all. Prior to COVID, let's say prior to 2020, Disney was absolutely more inclusive, more conscious of the guest experience.
Yeah.
We had all of the perks, guys. Think of all the perks that have gone away since 2019, and there are a bunch of them.
There are. We've covered it in the past.
And we didn't even cover all of them, because every now and then I'll think of one and think, oh, wow, I need to make notes on this stuff. I need to keep notes, because there's no way to even remember all of them. That's the issue. Post 2020, post pandemic, they have used this. We had Chapek. Chapek may be gone, guys, but I put in a comment on Facebook that his ghost still haunts the halls of Disney, because we get this kind of thing, and it's just people look at that and we want to be anything but anti-Disney. We want we love Disney. But when you get stuff like this, and you kind of cock your head and go, huh? I mean, there's no other way around it. It's and this is not my fault. This is Disney. this is Disney putting this out here. We're not trying to be ultra critical. We're just reporting.
And the other thing too that I wanted to mention about this, Jillian had said, "Oh, it doesn't impact me, so what's the big deal?" And I told her, well, I mean, technically, it does still impact you because guess what? Like everybody else has return times. They expect a certain number of people, to come back for a certain time slot. With this, they can come and go as they please. And so, whereas, they're expecting, X number of Lightning Lane people to come through within this hour time slot. Well, guess what? If all of the Premier Pass folks decide, oh, you know what, I really want to do this right after lunch. Well, guess what? There's that many more people in the Lightning Lane line that are unanticipated, if you will. So I think the other aspect of this that people may not think about is, oh well, that's more people in the Lightning Lane line that they may not have accounted for. So anyway,
yeah. Well, and here's one more piece to this puzzle. We Disney is a business. We have said this.
Yeah.
We've said this before. We understand that Disney is a business.
Yeah.
But and we understand that things have gone up and what have you.
Yeah.
But so much of what we have seen in the past few years has been taking away perks instead of adding perks.
Yeah.
So when you take away perks
and adding and the cost increasing substantially,
charge people more for less. That's the issue. When you charge people a lot more for and you're getting less value for your money, Disney, even in tough economic times, has always been able to figure that out.
Yeah,
they have. I'm talking 60s, 70s, 80s. They've always been able to figure that out to where they were still able to give guests a great experience and offer things that cause us to go, wow, that's incredible. And I understand that things are expensive. I get all that. I understand the economics of it. But again, I'm with, so many Disney fans look at some of this and go, dang, Disney, what's the deal here? This is just not, this is not what we're used to from Disney.
It's, Amy says, I've seen Facebook pages where people are looking to split the cost, looking for others to split the cost of VIP tours. She thought about doing that sometime. Looking through here. Amy says, I honestly think Iger is the bad guy. Some of the ideas started under his first regime, then Chapek and back to Iger. Mikey says, well, the antenna bouncing off that point is, well, it's just proof that Bob Iger isn't the icon we thought he was. He's just as, shall I say, greedy, as a Chapek to add on to her point there. Mike says, all I know is Disney people like Disney. They're like, I think, sorry, I'm put words in your mouth here, Mikey. Says, all I know is Disney people are like, Disney, give us more. We want more and more, but we want to pay less. To get more, you have to pay more. I
what I said a few minutes ago.
You're thinking about, you think about it. It's like, okay, we did poke fun at them, saying, oh, we're going to do all this stuff. And guess what? Most of it ended up being blue sky. And so, we did poke fun at the D23 announcements over recent years, because it's like, oh, what happened to the Mary Poppins attraction in the UK pavilion, and you could bounce from Yeah, you can bounce around all these different attractions that, or things that they announced that, oh, never mind, we're not doing that. What happened to the Play Pavilion at EPCOT? All these, canceled projects over the years. And granted, some of them, weren't great ideas. Many times they put feelers out there to see how people receive it before moving ahead. Yeah, Mike says prices started going up when they started building new lands and all. It's been going on since 2012. Well, I can tell you from personal experience, the trip that Jillian and I took, I'm glad that we took. The one that we've, I go back to a lot and it's mainly because we stayed on property. But that 2016 trip that we took, and then we had a great trip in 2018 as well for Adam's birthday.
We did. Really did.
It's for me, everything that they've done since 2020 is substantially more noticeable than anything they did. Yeah. For Mike says 2012 here. Our 2016 trip was wonderful because guess what? We used magic bands. We stayed, at All Star Sports. We used our magic bands. True. We were in the park. That's we were in the park. Jillian and I were in the park till 3 a.m. For not so scary. And then guess what? We had what did we have the next day? Was it Animal Kingdom? We had an early start the next day. So we slept for probably 4 hours and then went back out, to rope drop the next part. Right. And so that's the other part that bothers me is that, there are certain aspects of this, as Mom and I have already mentioned, like there are aspects of this that are just gone, oh, we'll let you in 30 minutes early to the park because you're staying on property. Yeah. What can you accomplish in that amount of time?
Right. What happens to extra magic hours,
hours.
So much of it. And that's why people have, it's these things, guys. And again, we have done shows on all the things that disappeared. Yeah. That, and then they just keep hitting us with, with stuff. And then they come out with this and everybody goes, dadgum. Yeah. That is not, that's just a lot of money. That's sticker shock. That's unless we
always felt like we could, defend Disney, in years past.
Absolutely.
Here's all the value you get.
Yes.
Yeah. And even back then, which is funny to think that, however many years ago, you can get your breakfast reservations. You can do that in 30 minutes. There you go. We always talked about the perks, world-class entertainment, attractions that are second to none, the level of service, back then, the fast pass being being included with, with your, with going to the park.
Magical Express, all of the perks that were there to entice you to stay on property. Yeah.
And so, there are all these things, and it's like, oh, okay, well, we'll bring back extra magic hours, but we'll only let you in 30 minutes before the park opens. Yeah. Unless you're a deluxe guest, and then you could, stay a little bit later at a park. The operating hours, to me is still one thing that bothers me a lot because, it's a prime example of, pay more, get less, we're not going to keep the parks open as late because we don't want to staff them. And that's more wear and tear on the rides. And so, hey, come spend, way more money on admission than you used to. And guess what? We're not going to stay open as late, not as late as we used to.
Well, and pay more, get more.
Yeah.
If Disney was just really bringing it, if they were just bringing it and the parks were still pristine, the customer service and, guest services and all the cast, everything was just still top notch and what have you. And they had built up, let's say, a new park. Then, you could kind of say, okay, and they're throwing stuff. They throw stuff at this like this at you. Go, that's really a lot of money, and I would never use it. Then you just kind of go up, kind of let it slide by because of all the other things that you're able, that you're getting, and you see value for your money.
Yeah.
That's what people want to see. People want to see the value for their money. Yeah. And that's just not been the case. And that's why when they do something like this, people go, oh God, they just really, they go to social media and, and say, this is ridiculous. So
Tina says, like I said earlier, the prices at Disney have far outstripped the actual inflation rates, and Disney has forgotten that people are using discretionary income, or maybe they don't care. So
Disney exists, and let me say this.
Yeah,
I have always said Disney exists solely on people's disposable income.
Yeah.
Solely on people's disposable income. So what happens is, when your disposable income, especially, in an economy like we have right now, when your disposable income shrinks to the point that, okay, it's no longer disposable, I need to buy groceries this week.
Yeah.
Then the Disney trips go out the window. And then, people who are, who would love to, who are saving and saving and saving and saving, to have, a nice Disney vacation with their families. That's where the frustration comes in.
Yeah.
Disney exists on people's disposable income.
Yeah.
At any rate, let's again. I mentioned a new park. There is a new park going in Orlando.
Yeah,
there's a brand new park going in Orlando, y'all. But it's not Disney.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I will have to say I am really, really excited about this one. Let's see.
One more note on the the price increases. It's funny because it's like, oh, what was it, Iger? I can't remember that the number that he threw out there. We have this much money set aside for improvements to parks and experiences around the world that are what was it,
six
billion. Well, guess what, friends? They're not doing that of their own goodwill and for free. At the end of the day, we're going to be the end consumer pays for that at the end of the day. So yeah, Mike makes a good point. They're going to keep adding lands, and the costs will only continue to rise. But yeah, it's our biggest problem is that we're not Johnny come latelys to this game.
No,
we remember all the perks that you used to get. We've not forgotten them. There are plenty of people in this chat that also hadn't forgotten them. There are plenty of people that watch on a replay. Hello, Team Replay. There are plenty of people on a replay that haven't forgotten the perks that you used to get. It's just it's many and granted, once again, everything park related. If they change a trash can, it's covered by WDW News Today. It's covered by Disney Food Club.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. Yeah.
Things are covered so closely, that they really can't get away with anything. So, I understand that there's an increased amount of visibility on everything they do, but we've been going to the parks for a long time, and we frequented the parks for a good number of years at certain stretches. Even for us not being local,
invested in Disney. I am invested, y'all, in Disney parks, and not just emotionally. I am invested, and so
you're a stockholder.
I look at yes, I'm a stockholder. I look at not a lot, but but I look at this thing at these things from, from that perspective as well.
Yeah.
And, I have a right to complain, when I see, problems. I love Disney. But it really, guys, the negative press that they have gotten in the last few years, a lot of it has been deserved. They earned it.
Yeah.
They absolutely did. But it pains me as, as somebody who loves the parks, who loved, Walt Disney's original idea and the ideas that he put forth while he was alive and his reasons for doing the things that he did, for building the parks. It pains me to see people legitimately criticize and know that their criticisms are valid. That upsets me. I don't want to see that because I love Disney so much. So
and we used to be able to go back for them, and we could speak, once again, anytime somebody talked about taking a trip or how expensive a trip was, we could say, well, here's all the things you're getting, and now that list is just not as long.
It's not nearly.
Yeah.
We've done that. I mean, we did that. We've done that before. People would come to us and say, "Hey, could you help me, plan this?" And what have you. In years past, that was one reason we started a YouTube channel.
Yep.
So on to let's move across.
Moving on.
Let's move across, guys, to Universal Studios.
This is a tweet that I shared with my mom, and it says somebody tweeted Universal Orlando Resort PR meeting. So when should we announce the Epic Universe opening date? and the response is, let's get everything prepped and just wait for the next time Disney makes everybody angry. And so of course, off the heels of, coming on the heels of this Lightning Lane Premier Pass, Universal Orlando Resort says, "Oh, we have a big announcement set for 10/17/24." Right. Coming right off the heels of this, they're getting theme park people stirred up of, this, Lightning Lane Premier Pass business. It's like, oh, let's go ahead and, oh my goodness, did you see Universal tweet out? Did you see after their announcements, they tweeted out, what was it? I think they said, "That's a wrap." And they tweeted out, "That's a wrap." And they had a picture of one of their buses. Which just absolutely was the icing on the cake. I laughed so hard because one of the other things that's been really, one of the other trends that's been really hilarious throughout all of this, Universal Orlando announcing, all the different lands for Epic Universe. Every time they'd announce one, Disney say, "Oh, well, we have a new bus wrap. Look at our new bus wrap. Here's our Tiana's Bayou Adventure bus wrap." And so I laughed so hard when I saw that tweet because people were like, "Man, I wonder what bus wrap they have lined up to announce next."
Right.
And so whatever after they announced the opening date for Epic Universe, and the rest of their announcements, and they ended it with that tweet, and I just laughed so hard. Cracked me up.
Really, just so funny. Hey, John and Nancy, thanks for dropping in. We appreciate it. They announced the same time when Disney. This tweet is so funny because it's true. That seems like what happened. Disney ticked everybody off with this Premier Pass thing, and Universal announced, "Hey, by the way, our new park, not ride, not attraction, not land, our new park is opening May 22nd of 2025. We've been really excited about this one, guys.
We have
this, in past shows, and we'll become covering more of it. Packages for Epic Universe actually went on sale today. Yes. So, we're really.
I'm very interested by this. And somebody raised a really good point. This is the first major theme park to open a new park in the social media age. Like a big hitter that is. And so I'm very intrigued as to how this gets rolled out. Have they made it very difficult? Seemingly very difficult to get into Epic Universe. Yeah, it's it's not going to be easy. I think I want to say for annual pass holders, they opened it up to where annual pass holders, I think they can buy one entrance to admittance to or admission to Epic Universe, I think once every 14 days, like buy one day every 14 days. So that's interesting. And then I wondered, I talked with Jillian about
they'll
this.
have a soft opening. They have also announced a soft opening for pass holders to Epic Universe. So.
Let's see. Have a good night there, Brian. Have a good one. Yeah. Amy says you only get one day in your multipass. That was what I thought was kind of weird. My understanding previously was you buy 3 days, and one of those is your Epic Universe day. But no, that apparently is not the case. Apparently, you have to buy the 3 days in order to get to buy that extra Epic Universe day. That was a misunderstanding that I had whenever they rolled this thing out.
Well, now see, I'm still reading that, William. Yes, I am still reading that. I read. In fact, I went to WWNT today, and a couple other kind of news outlets, and so. It's this is from WWNT. This is from Tom Corliss and his bunch of reporters over there, always reliable and do a good job. It's important to understand your ticket purchasing options. As of now, only select multi-day tickets are available. Depending on the chosen type, these tickets grant guests admission to the existing Universal Orlando Resort parks for a minimum of 2 days and 1 day at Epic Universe.
See that, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was.
Okay, and that's a piece an article that came out yesterday. This means that non-pass holders can only visit Epic Universe in its opening months for 1 day as part of a full Universal Orlando Resort vacation. Pass holders will be able to purchase single-day tickets starting October 24th.
Yeah. So I've got the FAQ, this Universal Epic Universe opening, frequently asked questions up from their website. It says, is there a 2-day option for a guest wanting to visit Universal Epic Universe? It says, during this initial phase of Epic Universe inclusive tickets, we are only offering multi-day tickets for 3 days or longer that include one day admission to Epic Universe. Let's see. Says
thanks.
Additional product offerings, including 2-day options that provide a day at either Universal Studios Florida, Universal Islands of Adventure, or Volcano Bay, and a day at Epic Universe will be launched at a later date before the park opens. So I think we were right. It's just it wasn't in that initial. It's not in the initial rollout. They're going to offer it between now and when the park opens. This other one that we're talking about.
Just John and Nancy's question: we'll be snowbirding till the end of April. Can we buy an annual pass for just Islands of Adventure? And yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can. You can, John and Nancy. They won't be there when Epic opens. Yes, in answer to that, you can. I hope that answered your question. If it did,
of course, my hope with it being kind of inefficient on how you can get into it. My hope is that they're making it restrictive enough to where they can ensure everybody getting in, especially when it first opens.
Right.
My hope is that they're keeping the attendance count lower in order to make sure that people can experience as much of it as possible. Because look at here, true. I have their frequently asked questions page up still. It says, during this initial phase of Universal Epic Universe inclusive tickets, guests are only able to purchase multi-day tickets for 3 days or longer that include 1 day admission to Universal Epic Universe. Additional product offerings, including single day and 2 day tickets, will be launched at a later date before the park opens. So, I think I think that's their intent. So basically, more details to come on all of that. Now it says, will early park admission be offered at Universal Epic Universe? It says yes. Early park admission for Universal Hotel guests will expand to include Epic Universe. So that's cool to know.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna. I think they will offer some good options for people staying on property. Now, again, there's also, remember the hotel, guys, reservations are now open for Universal Helios Grand Hotel, and it's attached to Epic Universe. Oh, goodness. Wow.
Yeah. That's
so
cool.
but between now and when it opens, I feel like in the next couple of months, definitely before the end of the year, we'll have some good options for it. This is just these are a couple of slides of a concept art. I love, and this is like a portal. I love.
I hope that these portals are a fraction as cool in reality as they are in the concept drawings, because they look really cool.
They do.
And the other thing too, that I've heard is that they, you see all this fog and stuff in the Dark Universe portion of the park. I've heard that they have they're going to have a location. There's going to be basically a building dedicated to pumping fog into
oh my gosh,
into here. I mean, you wonder, and you think about it, it's like, man, wonder what the cost is to be able to maintain that, over time. I mean, you would think something like that. I mean, think about certain, effects or elements that don't get maintained over time at other parks and in different different rides and stuff.
Right.
I feel like that's something that so this is one of those things that you'll want to see it, in its full glory, if you will.
Absolutely. I agree. Like with, if you were fortunate enough to ride Expedition Everest when the Yeti still worked.
My word.
Okay. Yeah, that's what
that was special. About. That was special.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's 100% what I'm talking about. I could go on and on about that. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a ride ever. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny because, I've talked with Jillian before about it. I said, "Oh yeah, there's the Yeti at the end of the ride at Expedition Everest," and she said, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean you didn't see the Yeti? We weren't right underneath it."
Yeah.
And because it was
totally miss it now
because it was the disco Yeti.
Sad.
They strobe the light and then there it is, and okay. But man, that I called y'all. I called y'all coming off that ride. Mm-hmm. And I said, man, me and hey, have a good night, Amy. Me and Clay rode that ride together, and he was sitting on the right side, and that's the side that the Yeti was grabbing from, reaching from. And I told y'all, I said, I thought that thing was going to pull Clay out of the car.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, it was that good.
yeah.
It was.
It was special. I mean, that's why so many people are so crazy about them, bringing back a functional Yeti. I mean, it just, like I said, we were like, man, we have to do that again. is what we said. We have to ride this ride again, because it was just the craziest thing.
Well, here's the thing. Expedition Everest, Kylie and I rode Expedition Everest like 4 times in a row because she loved it so much. Think about how much she would love it if the Yeti still worked.
Oh my!
Just saying.
It's it's one of the most amazing things.
It is.
I may have seen. One of the most impressive and amazing things I may have ever seen. I mean, to really feel like there's a sense of danger, that was the thing. It's like, now, and if it's like, it pulls up the track, I mean, shoot, they can't even keep the condor moving at the top of the hill, like at the top of the mountain. The condor doesn't always come out, fly out. You hear it, but it doesn't always make an appearance.
That's true. And that's what you're talking about with Epic, and those are things, guys, too, that Disney, now the Yeti is kind of a, it's a special engineering problem. But things at Disney always worked.
Yeah.
They were, and so when they open, this new park, I think I'm like you, William, I think it will be special to get to see it in its pristine form.
Yeah.
I really do. We had the last big thing that Universal opened was a Diagon Alley, I guess, and that was
which I still love. Is granted, we're both
Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, our knowledge has faded over the years, but man, I mean, it's that first time, walking
crazy,
turning the corner, at both sides of the park, Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. I mean, it was special, special to turn that corner.
Yeah, it's just hits it on the head. I mean, if you're looking for immersive and you're a Harry Potter fan, that park is not to be missed. It's unbelievable.
But I mean, good grief, Wyatt's not going to know what to do with himself. Doing Super Mario World. I mean, he's not going to know how to act. And it's funny too, because with them opening it, opening it in Japan, opening it in Super Mario World specifically, or Super Nintendo World, with them opening it in Japan, opening it in Hollywood, they've had to like manage the people that they let into that section of the park, which is also what they did whenever they first rolled out Hogsmeade. They only let a certain number of folks in at a time. And so the cool thing about it opening at Epic is that, guess what? You're not going to have that, because everybody else, like, they're 5 lands or whatever that are completely new that people haven't seen yet. So, it's I think it's going to be really interesting. Jillian was, pricing out, vacations, to go like right after Wyatt gets out of school. And I mean, they're pretty reasonable price wise, but anyway, I think it's going to be one of those situations, and hopefully, granted, we won't be able to, if we do make it out to Epic sometime next year, we obviously won't be able to live stream on rides, but I think it will 100% be worth live streaming and just showing, really making an effort to show all the, show it in its full glory, if you will.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think so too. This is Dark Universe. This is a concept art for Dark Universe on the screen there. They have there will be the lands for this. Let me just run through them quickly. Dark Universe, Universal Monsters, How to Train Your Dragon, Olive Burke, The Wizarding World of Harry Potter, The Ministry of Magic. Yes.
I mean, getting to travel via flu powder. I mean, come on, man. It's cool. It's cool enough to be able to travel through platform 9 3/4. And somebody in your party stand back and record you moving through.
Yeah.
But to travel via flu powder is awesome.
It's gonna be. I cannot wait. I think this. I love this piece. This is the Ministry of Magic is the piece that I'm most excited about. Although I'm excited about all.
I can't wait to bring Dolores Umbridge to justice. Also.
Yeah. No kidding.
Good grief.
I know you're still. I know you still have issues with that, William. We all do. We all do. That was a tough book to get through.
Yeah.
It was. And Celestial Park. So those are the new lands. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, we're looking forward to it, and we'll keep y'all posted. As we get information on it, we'll definitely keep you posted on that. Jumping back just quickly to Walt Disney World for just a second here. They announced the Candlelight Processional Narrators, guys. This year, we have never had the pleasure of going to Candlelight Processional in person. It's at EPCOT. It's for International Festival of the Holidays, and this is the lineup they just released for. It looks fantastic. I will be there the 15th and 16th. I will be in the parks the 15th and 16th. And oh my goodness, if you notice on this list, Gary Sinise is going to be the narrator. I am ridiculously excited. I adore Gary Sinise. So great lineup here. You can check this. You've got Josh Gad. You've got Brendan Fraser. Ralph Macchio is new.
The Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Absolutely. Love to see him. Gary Sinise.
I would love to see Brendan Fraser. I've always liked
last year.
I've always liked Brendan Fraser. Maybe I'll have to look up a stream of him doing it last year then. But I've always liked him. Loved him in The Mummy. And I've what was it? Was it George of the Jungle? I'm trying to remember which one he was in.
I think so.
George of the Jungle.
That's right.
I've always liked Brendan Fraser.
Yeah, I do too. I really do too. Yeah, I would, and there are some really good names on the list. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I will likely live stream that. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited to go first of all, but to have Gary Sinise as the narrator is really, really special.
Yeah.
So, lots of good names on the list.
I saw that. I believe I saw that. His name escapes me. Paul Skeens. I'm trying to remember. I probably just botched his last name. I apologize. But stud, young pitcher for the Pirates. I believe he had pledged a certain amount of money to pay for like every strikeout. Let me look at the details real quick so I don't mess this up. Let's see. Pronunciation. There we go. Let's see. Right here. Well,
we're looking forward to it, Tina. I'm really looking forward to being there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got a great day planned. We do. Got a great trip.
Here we go. So it says I think I may have botched his last name here. Hold on, let's see here. See if anybody corrected me. Oh, cool. Tina says I've seen it with Edward James almost, and Jodie Benson twice. Sweet, that's exciting.
Oh, nice.
The Iron Man pitcher from the Texas Rangers narrated too. Let's see, here it is. Yes, Paul Skeens, so pitcher for the Pirates. So this year, Paul Skeens is proud to support the Gary Sinise Foundation in its mission to honor and serve our nation's defenders, veterans, first responders, their family, and those in need. This says, during this season, Paul has committed to excellence both on and off the field. He is on a mission to raise $100,000 by the end of the season to support our nation's heroes. Please join him in his efforts to support the brave men and women who have served or are currently serving our country by making a donation today. I can't remember the specifics, but he had pledged, I think, a certain amount per strikeout. And I'll hear it.
Wow.
And so anyway,
I think I saw that piece.
Yeah, and he got a whole lot of strikeouts. And so anyway, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. So that's
great cause to give to.
We're looking forward to that. And just quickly, guys, we always want to give a plug. From
there's $100 per strikeout.
Oh, cool. That's wonderful. That's great. And this is another really great way. Great charity. The 4th annual Magical Night of Hope will also be while we are there in Orlando, Saturday, December the 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern at Give Kids the World Village. There will be our YouTuber, so many of our great YouTuber buddies there, and it's a totally lost my word. Magical Night of Hope, started by Corey of Corey Meets World. Guests will include Josh, Resort TV 1, Nate, Paige and Mr. Morrow, Kelly, Mars the Mouse, Yeehaw Bob, who headlines at Port Orleans, and he's a Disney legend, is going to be there. It's a fundraiser for Give Kids the World Village in Orlando, which is a fantastic charity that sends kids. So it's a lot like Make-A-Wish, just a whole different thing, but same song, different verse maybe, and sends kids with disabilities and what have you to Disney World and their families for free. So, and they get to stay there. It's really an amazing place. I'm looking forward to seeing it. But again, it's a great night. There'll be singing. Josh will be playing. Corey will be singing. Bob will be singing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in that, there are tickets still available. So check magicalnightofhope.com for that. And we will look forward to that as we get closer to Christmas. And y'all, we are getting closer to Christmas. We are, let me look. We are 64 days from Christmas.
Wow.
We are 64 days from Christmas. Oh my gracious. We are. So,
wow. That's great.
Yeah. So, by the way, on the Candlelight Processional, they do have dining packages where you can book a special dining package at one of 15 different restaurants in EPCOT, and they have options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and you're guaranteed seating for one of the 3 Candlelight Processional shows. So you can start booking those packages starting October 29th. So just wanted to throw that in there. But at any rate, I think that's about it for, Nate will be telling a story. It's going to be great. Yeah. Jonathan, thank you for dropping that link there to Magical Night of Hope if you're interested. If you can't go in person, of course, it will be live streamed on Corey Meets World's YouTube channel. So you can watch it that way.
Mikey says 8 days till Pam's birthday. Remind us in a week.
Yeah.
Remind us in a week.
That means 7 days until Adam's birthday. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I saw. Yeah. Almost there, Pam. Almost there. Okay. I have a Lorcana.
Adam's birthday. Let's say Adam's birthday's. I guess maybe. I think the days rolled over for Mikey. I was going to say, Adam's. Adam's birthday's on the 30th. But anyway, no, I do not have any packs up here. I was in a hurry to get on.
Oh, okay. Well, do I want to? Yeah. So we're probably gonna try to take advantage. We're gonna go ahead and get a dining package, if we can, to guarantee a seat. That's definitely worth it. I do have a Shimmering Skies pack here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and open this just to
go for it. It's got Chef Donald on the parked out artwork there.
Chef Donald
artwork there
on the cover of the pack. So let's see what we can get here. Fingers crossed on a nice legendary or even an enchanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Tina says she highly recommends the dining package to guarantee a seat.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Got a drum roll there, Jonathan.
Okay. So this one, okay. Here we go, y'all. I'm gonna go full screen on this so I can show you what I'm getting.
Cool, Vanellope.
Okay, Vanellope von Schweetz. I've gotten her before. There's Anna. These are going to be the commons.
Obscura Spear.
Okay, what is this from, y'all?
I'm gonna guess that's. I would assume that's Lorcana specific. I could be wrong.
Okay. Somebody look that up for us. Jonathan, what is Obscura Sphere? What is that? Okay. And then we have Daisy. I really like the artwork on this particular set. I really do. It's another common. Spotless Food Fighter. Oh, cool. Rudy.
That's funny. Beware the groove.
That is funny. And then Chaka. Impressive Daughter.
That's where she's doing the tooth thing.
I don't have any. I don't think I have.
Half of the mutton fudge.
From Wreck-It Ralph, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Still, and that's a rare.
Sugar Rush. No, that's uncommon there.
An uncommon there.
Next one's an uncommon.
Another
Finders Keepers.
With
Iago's.
That's neat. I like that.
Carrying the lamp to Jafar there.
I have trouble remembering the symbols. I don't know why, but I've got a mental block against another uncommon here.
That's cool.
Oh, look how cute!
He's dressed up as a knight. Pete!
Pete! Yay! Got Pete, y'all.
Wrestling champion, Pete. That's cool. What's the symbol on the bottom of that one? Is that one I guess that's a rare. Okay, nice.
No. No, is that not super rare?
No, it's a rare. Yep, that's rare.
I'm always one.
This is super rare.
Gothel. There we go. Mother Gothel. Wow, look at that one. Ooh.
Looks very fancy.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Unwavering schemer.
My goodness.
She's got like a dress that flows open at the top, kind of looks like the flower. The flower from the movie with the the magical powers.
It does. Good call. Good catch on that, William. And then we have Snowana.
Rainbow. Nice. And what's this? What's symbol on the bottom of that one?
Competitor. And that one
That one's a common.
It
cool.
Is. No,
it's a neat set.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And then, of course, the last one is
the gateway card, advertising the kind of learn to play as their the gateway is kind of your learn how to play product that they put out.
So okay, so that is I got just really pretty artwork. Shimmering Skies, I'll have to confess, Shimmering Skies I have not added to my play deck.
Yeah.
I need to kind of educate myself on those. And that was the hollow, by the way. Snow on a Rainbow was the hollow. I don't know if you could tell that or not. That is the hollow or the foil. Neat one. So it's a good pack. Good pack. And I still have, y'all, I still have my protector here. My Pro Lucite protector.
Ooh. Jonathan says I opened Tim Hortons hockey cards tonight, and he opened Brad Marchand lenticular card that goes for about $70 right now. Sweet. Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah. Julie, good for you. Wow. I have already purchased some Christmas gifts too. So, yeah.
Nice.
We'll congratulate ourselves. But yeah, I'm trying to get on the Christmas gifts too to see, get ahead of it, right? Because it's going to be here before we know it. Yes. Tina says, that's great. Please do not tell my husband about those.
That's funny.
So Chuck, if you're there, Jonathan, there's a card shop simulator now. It's actually pretty cool. Set up a store, open packs and all. It is neat. It is neat. Right. Let's see. I got behind in chat. Sorry.
Very good.
Yeah. If you haven't, by the way, if you haven't hit the subscribe button or the like button, by all means, and the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, we appreciate that. Thanks for putting that in there, Tina.
Thanks everybody for being here.
Show, guys. If you want a prize, we gave away a few things last week. If you want a prize last week, those have been mailed. Good. So all of those are in the mail, and so be looking for those. That would have been Brian Eisenhart, Jason Thibodeau, Julie McCowan, and Kay Wilby. So just watch for those because those went out in the mail either yesterday or today. And just quickly, y'all, I wanted to show you this book that I got. I love this little book.
Yeah,
I really do. And I bought this for Wyatt. I bought this for my grandson. It's called Room on the Broom. And y'all, I love children's books. My mom was a kindergarten teacher and first grade teacher, educator of young children for a long time. And I love children's books. And this is precious. This is Room on the Broom. And it is absolutely the neatest little story for Halloween. It's by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. I picked this up at Sam's. So just a great little, if you're looking for something for Halloween, this is really a neat one. Nice. And again, nice prices at Sam's. So, William, did I take you off this? Did I take you out? Oh, okay. You had to step out for a second. Okay. You just had to step out for a second. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else did I have? Is that it, y'all? I think. Let me check and be sure. By the way, y'all, just quickly. Have you guys tried the Witch's Brew at Sonic? If you haven't tried the Witch's Brew, wow, it is so good. Let's see, I thought I had a picture of it, but I don't think I do. go to Sonic. It's for the Halloween. It's Halloween themed. It's on their site. They say sip ghoulishly green apple slush on a creamy soft serve topped with caramel bubbles, and it's available online or on the Sonic app exclusively. So it's not on the regular menu if you just pull in. But if you have the Sonic app's this. I don't get paid for this, but the Sonic is one that's worth having. Order that Witch's Brew, y'all. It is so good. It's green and it has the popping pearls on top, and then that really good soft serve ice cream that they have. It's a lot of fun. It's very festive. So I'll try to do a short on it so you can see it. But I really enjoyed it. I'm still working, guys, on 2 different videos. Again, we're not finished with our house remodel, so I'm like major tied up, but I'm still working on 2 videos. Hopefully it'll come out this week and next. I hope so. The one's a full ride through of the Haunted Mansion, and the other one is from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Jeff and I went together in 2022, and we had a really great time, and I was going to try to put that together as a video. Halloween is coming in 9 days, guys. So, just get ready and enjoy October, because it's disappearing fast. So let's see if here we go. William, did you want to come back in? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you had.
No,
you had popped out.
I accidentally hit the arrow on my phone to back me out of the studio. And so, so yeah, mistakes were made.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you had popped out for a second. Sometimes we have to do that.
I hit the button on accident, and I was like, man. And so, anyway, I've got to get logged back into all the Hitchhiking Bone stuff on my computer. It's like I can't get to the show notes or like either the slides or any of that right now. So I got to get all set back up. Get back in the saddle on all this.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, well, we took a little sabbatical there. Yeah. And, life happens, and so we're just trying to keep it. Keep things going as best we can.
Yeah.
So at any rate, let's see. Okay, Jonathan, I love it. He's enjoying his 3rd birthday dinner tomorrow. I love it.
That's great.
Good for you.
That's great.
You're just a man after my own heart, Jonathan. Go, buddy. Happy belated birthday again. Happy birthday. That's great. Just keep going. Keep going. Thanks so much, guys, to our channel members. Man, we appreciate you guys so much. If you're interested in supporting the channel in some small way, you can hit that join button, and there are different amounts that you can donate, contribute per month to help support the channel. We so appreciate those of you who do that. Jason Thibodeau, Alex and Charlie Kennett, Mike Wheeler, Tina McNeil, Mike88 NYC, Texas Takes, Pam's Fam, Jonathan Chung, and Kay Wilby. We appreciate you guys so much for doing that. Thanks to everybody who's in chat or ghost watching or watching on the replay. We love our team replay, and especially our captains of team replay, Lisa, Keith, and Joey. Appreciate y'all so much. TheLivePlace.com is basically a website that's a TV guide listing for family-friendly live streams. You can check out TheLivePlace.com.
In our chat.
Dean was here in the chat, and he continues to make improvements to that site. So, and this is not just Disney, guys. He has you can do a sort and find, other topics and what have you, but they're all family friendly. You can always find something to watch if you're so inclined. So if you haven't checked that out, take a look by all means. TubeBuddy, if you're a YouTube creator and you want to grow, you should be using TubeBuddy. It's a great tool. It tracks viewing trends, suggests searchable keywords for titles, that kind of thing. And while you're under 100, while you're under 1,000 subscribers, that basic version is free. So we have an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you use that that affiliate link, and then you decide later on to subscribe, it gives us both a free month. So same with Stickermule. We've had a lot of folks, ask about our channel buttons and stickers and promo items, and we use Stickermule for all of that. So if you want good quality, low cost promo items, please use our Stickermule link in the description below, and we'll both get a $10 credit on a future order. So by all means do that if you're interested in either one of those, and that'll help both of us out. I am enjoying fall, and I hope that you guys are enjoying October too. It's going too fast, y'all. Like always.
You got 9 days to Halloween.
Yeah, they always go too fast for me. So yeah, good for you, Jonathan. Birthday shopping. Yeah. I love it all month long. Jonathan's celebrating his birthday all month long. Was there anything else, William? That
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Hope we, if you have any questions, by all means, email us or send us a direct message on Instagram, guys.
If we don't know the answer, we'll try to figure out. It out.
We can find somebody who does know the answer. The hitchhikingbones@gmail.com. And if you have any suggestions or comments on any of this, or if you have information to share with us, by all means, leave a comment and let us know what your thoughts on all this. All these things are. Disney has made a lot of announcements. They've got obviously a lot of plans coming up, and it's fun to keep up with it, and we try to keep up with it for you. If you don't have time to go through and read all the different news sites and what have you, we try to keep up with some of that for you. So if you've got a question, by all means, we can probably find out the answer. And so I can't think of anything else. But thank you so much to everybody who was in chat. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess to summarize things, Disney Premier Pass, Lightning Lane Premier Pass is something. It's a thing you can buy and spend a whole lot of money on. And then Epic Universe, opening roundabout Memorial Day, timing next year. Was it May 22nd? I think next year. So, looking forward to seeing. I've
already
more.
Marked it on the calendar.
And I'm torn because I like to watch ride-throughs and stuff, but I'm torn because, especially if we're able to book a trip to Epic Universe anytime close to opening. If I'm able to book a trip anytime close to opening, I won't watch YouTube videos. I'll experience it all, myself, in person, in the moment. Because the tricky thing is, it's like, oh, okay, well, if I watch it, if I watch a YouTube video of it, I'll know where to look, when to look, for certain things.
Right. That's
for
true.
example, and one thing that really frustrated me was Wyatt and I have watched, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. We've watched several videos on YouTube of that, and Wyatt was really looking forward to seeing, and he was anxious about going on that ride, and he was really looking forward to seeing the rocket animatronic in the pre-show, and it wasn't running that day. And I was like, Dad, gummit, we go to Disneyland less often than we go to Disney World.
Yeah.
And of all the days for it not to be working, it wasn't working that day. And I was really disappointed because he was excited about it. But anyway, that was something. It's like, oh, well, I'd seen a ride through video of that, so I knew he was coming and where to look for him. And so anyway, so I'm torn. So I mean, if we're able to book anything remotely close to when when Epic Universe opens. I will not be watching any, YouTube videos, but it's hard not to, because you want to know what it looks like. You want to see, see what they've done. I think about, I never saw a video of. I watched the opening day video, like the special ceremony they did to open up Pandora, and also to the ceremony that they did to open up Mission Breakout.
Edge.
Yeah, well, in Galaxy's Edge also, I watched all of those to open up the lands. And I saw, I watched ride through videos of Rise before I wrote it, so I knew certain things to look for. But anyway, I'm torn because I'm very excited, and granted, you're going to end up seeing clips on accident if you go out there on social media, I'm sure. There will be spoilers, but I'm very much looking forward to hopefully at some point, going to experience Epic Universe.
Yeah, I am too.
And Wyatt, as a reminder, Wyatt has said that he wants to go back to Seuss Land with Papa and get another. He wants to ride the other track of the High in the Sky, the Seuss trolley, and get another cupcake with Papa, because we didn't get to ride the Circus McGurkus leg of the High in the Sky Seuss trolley. So Wyatt wants to go back and ride that with Dad.
Yeah, we definitely need to. Gosh, we definitely need to do that. We had such a good day at Universal, so I'm really looking forward to going back. If I lived in Orlando, I would likely have a Universal pass.
I would have both probably. Disney and Universal, but I would 100% be doing the Minions Villain Con ride to get all the special stuff that you can get from playing that doing that attraction multiple times. I'm a gamer, and so that aspect of that ride is right up my alley.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The trolley is just adorable. Yeah. Seuss Landing is really special.
Yeah.
But
specifically that's what Wyatt wanted to go back and do with Dad specifically. So anyway, I know Dad said he was.
It's fun. Universal has some really great merch too. They've always really brought it hard when in the merch department. They've always had great merch. So.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, thanks everybody for being here. Always look forward to Tuesday night, hanging out and talking Disney news, a little bit of Universal news tonight, but talking Disney news with all of you. Hope you're all doing well. Again, Halloween 9 days away. What'd you say? Was it 64 days? You said Christmas was away, maybe.
Let's see. Christmas is 64 days away.
Okay. And then how
Disney countdown is 53 days.
Okay, that was my next question. So 53 days. How about that? So anyway, very excited for you. I know you and Tina are going to have a great time and get to see other friends also on that trip, I'm sure. So hope you have a blast.
Christmas is very special, y'all.
Oh yeah. All right. Anything else, Mom?
I can't think of a thing, y'all. We appreciate you for hanging in there. We got a little long.
I'll try to do.
A lot to cover tonight.
I'll try to remember to do roll call next week, and hopefully I can get logged back into all the things on my computer. That way I can bring everything up and
get back on the horse.
Yeah. So anyway,
we should definitely be back to normal within a couple of weeks. couple 3 weeks. We should be back up and running on our usual juice.
Yeah. Hope you all have a great week. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking, all things Disney with us and all things Universal. So y'all have a great week. Everybody, stay safe, have fun, enjoy the fall. It's I don't know about where all of you may be, but in Texas we're having some of those cooler mornings and things, and the weather's just been weather. Yeah, weather's just been, really nice lately, very enjoyable. So hopefully, get out and enjoy the weather, soak in some of that, a little bit of sunshine if you can. And, but yeah, just enjoy it. We've been watching all the, Halloween Town. We've been watching Hocus Pocus. And so we're, we've been enjoying the season.
Yeah, we have really watched Hocus Pocus several times, enjoying. I watched The Haunted Mansion, both of them, and Muppets Haunted Mansion. So
yeah,
that's 3. Halloween Town. I've done all the things. I've just got to make some of Mother's pumpkin cookies.
There you go.
I've got to do that, and so maybe some pumpkin fudge. I've got a great recipe for pumpkin fudge, y'all. So
yeah, it is great.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, have a great week, y'all. We will talk to y'all next Tuesday. Have a great week. Thanks for being here. Anything else, Mom?
At the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there's always room for one more. So please hurry back.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week, y'all. Thanks for being here.
Looking forward to Halloween. Enjoy the season. Bye.